After doctors confirmed there are nearly 30,000 cases of H1N1 worldwide. New infections were just found here in the U.S. as well as Europe, Australia, and South America. But experts are warning people not to panic. The word pandemic only means that the disease is widespread. Well, here in Atlanta, the CDC is closely tracking this never-before-seen strain of flu. And this week, Dr. Thomas Frieden took the helm of the country's most visible health agency.
The 48-year-old father of two brings plenty of experience and plenty of controversy to the job. Health Watch reporter Beth Galvin sat down to talk with him today. She joins us now. This is a guy who doesn't shy away from a fight, huh?
No, he does not, Russ and Lisa. Supporters say that Dr. Frieden is exactly what the CDC needs at a critical time. They say he is someone who is not afraid to make bold choices and push Americans to get healthy. But some critics say Dr. Frieden sometimes pushes too hard.
Right now, if you go with the flow in the U.S., you're going to wind up overweight or obese.
As head of New York City's health department for the last 7 years, Dr. Thomas Frieden hasn't been afraid to ruffle a few feathers. Here is how some employees describe him.
Doesn't suffer fools gladly. Put on your track shoes. You're going to be expected to run like you've never run before. This guy's all business. Does this describe you?
I think you can describe anyone in lots of different ways. My focus is to try to help organizations become more effective. And that means encouraging the great people that we have to do a great job, giving them the tools they need to do a great job.
But Dr. Frieden says he knows the CDC is a much different animal from the New York City Health Department, where he earned a reputation as an aggressive crusader, getting the city to ban smoking in workplaces and make city restaurants take unhealthy trans fats off their menus.
Nobody ever went into a restaurant and said, "Serve me up a plate of artificial trans fat, please." And in fact, despite what people feared, getting it out of the food system didn't cost consumers any money.
And polls show when it comes to their health, Americans trust the CDC. But over the last few years, the agency has struggled internally.
And there has been just some criticism in the past that we've gotten too much into the politics of this agency and not enough into the science. Do you feel like that's going to change?
President Obama and Secretary Sebelius have been unambiguous that science will not be trumped by politics, and that's a great thing for this agency.
For years, there have been sort of, this nagging complaint that morale is low here, that employees are discouraged. Do you think you can change that, or do you perceive that taking over?
Actually, what I see mostly coming in is the agency that I joined in 1990. People who love what they do, who are committed to improving public health, who just want to do the best job possible.
And Dr. Frieden says the CDC's top priority right now is tracking this new strain of flu and protecting those who are most vulnerable to it. The agency is working on an H1N1 vaccine, but he says we cannot assume that everything's going to go smoothly and it'll be ready by the fall and winter when we could have a surge in infections. He says the best thing you can do meantime is to stay home if you're running a fever, wash your hands, and start thinking about what you would do if this virus hits hard in your community, which, Russ and Lisa, it could do. We don't know. He said, flu is the most unpredictable infectious disease out there. We just don't know what's going to happen next.
It has happened before. That's what worries them, obviously.
Yes, but the good news is right now it does not look like the 1918, the very deadly pandemic flu. So keep your fingers crossed.
He has inherited a full plate. So,
yes, he has.
Good luck to him. Thanks, Beth.